Hey guys, so today I am doing a video all about hair and how I've been curling mine lately. If you've been watching my videos lately, you may or may not have been curious about that. I've gotten a lot of questions, and obviously I got my hair colored back to blonde, which I'm really excited about because I've never had it blonde when it's shorter. I don't know why, but over the years when I have really short hair, not that this is really short, but when it's shorter, I usually have it darker, and then when it's longer, it's blonde. I don't know how that works out, but I'm really excited about it. I love it, and I'm gonna talk about the color a little bit and the actual cut because I wasn't exactly planning on getting it colored before this video, although it worked out perfect because now we can kind of talk about the cut and the color and how to style it, or how I've been styling it lately. Not that this is going to be anything super different and groundbreaking, but it's just what I've been doing. So I got an appointment earlier than I really expected. So that was kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this because I got my hair colored. I've been planning this because you guys have been requesting it. My eyelash is like, feels like it's 500 pounds. I think I put it too close to my, okay. My big thing with blonde hair, you guys, if you've watched me for years, you know that I have been very, very blonde, like really blonde, like solid blonde, and I like that. But I love it when it grows out. I love it when I have some roots. I don't like to see like a line. I don't like to see chunks or anything. I just wanted it really soft. And when it's straight is when you can really tell. So I wanted to show it to you straight to begin with because you can see how soft. And at the top, it's my natural color. She did it super, I mean, I just was really clear with her about what I wanted. I'll kind of part it so I can show you. It's just, I wanted it to have some variation where there were pieces like this that went up a little further. I didn't want it to be like, in a line and it's like dark, light, you know. I wanted it to have a lot of variation, which it does. I wanted it to have that without it looking chunky and streaky. I wanted the actual little pieces to look soft, which they really do. Essentially with this, you know, nothing is going to my roots. This is my natural color, so I could let this grow out for 6 months and it would be fine. It would be just like it is now. It would just be a little further. So I love that. It's kind of like the Victoria's Secret, like beachy, just easy vibe, and that's what I like. I don't like hair color on me that is super like done at the roots. So I'll talk about the color. I did go to an Aveda salon, so I can't really give you the exact like, okay, she used this and that, because they mixed the color. I don't know, she did 3 different colors, I think. She did something and then went back with a lightener, and then we did a toner, and I don't even know. I don't know. There are pretty sections in the back. I'll show you the back, where it's like lighter. I don't know if you can really tell. It's just fun. It's just perfect. It was like when she was done, I was kind of nervous because I thought, oh gosh, if I see any little stops or I see anything, I'm gonna be really like, it's gonna bother me. It was just perfect. Like when you actually go to someone that gets you, it's just so good. Like, I guess what it would be called, it's not like a line, like an ombre. It's kind of melted, where the colors are kind of going like this. Like there's some sections that are dark, and then there's some sections where you have like a blonde that kind of goes up but doesn't touch your scalp. But then where it stops, it's very, very smooth. Yeah, if you wanted something like that, I would say just bring pictures. That's what I did. I scoured Pinterest and didn't even find one picture that captured exactly what I wanted. I brought literally like, I was showing her like 5 different pictures of just random things that I found on Pinterest. And like I said, none were exactly what I wanted, but they all had like aspects. Like I said, okay, I like the tone of this one. I like the color of this one. I like how the ends look of this one. I like how the roots look of this one. I like how the, you know, so just, yeah. So I'm really happy with it. I think blonde kind of lights up my face a little more. Some people say blonde kind of washes them out. I've always found that when I'm blonde, I can be as pale as I want to be, and my skin still looks kind of alive. Whereas if I've got darker hair, I still don't mind being pale, but I feel like I really look pale. So I just really like it. When I look at myself in the mirror, I feel like it looks good, like it just goes, it's just something different, especially since I haven't touched my hair in like 2 years. So it's been really fun. The cut's pretty simple. I didn't get it cut this time. I have, I guess you would call like the whole lob thing, but I have a little bit of layers just because my hair is kind of fine, but then in the back it's very blunt, and then around here it's very, you know, the layers just give it a little bit of life. I'll show you kind of the whole thing again, because a lot of people, whenever I do hair videos, are like, you didn't show me the back. So this is what it looks like kind of all the way around. Like I said, I haven't brushed it, so it probably looks weird, but it's kind of, you know, it's just pretty simple. As far as how I've been styling it lately, a lot of times I just kind of get out of the shower and go. I've been using the Aveda not Color Conserve, Pure Abundance, which is their volumizing line. Love that conditioner, and I've talked about it in a video before too, but sometimes I use my Pantene Volume shampoo, and she said my hair was super healthy. That stuff just keeps my hair looking nice and healthy. I don't care what anyone says, it's wonderful, I love it. I can go to like the fanciest salon and they say that my hair looks great. So I don't care, I will keep using it, it's so great. I just get like a big like liter size and keep it in my shower, but then I use nicer conditioners. Just because, not because they're nicer, not because Pantene's cheaper, it's just because I use what works for me. So I don't care what brand it is, but I do love the Aveda Color Conserve conditioner. And when I was there, when I was really blonde, I used tons of purple shampoos, like out the yang. Probably overused them at some point because it can kind of make your hair look a little dull if you use it too much. I really like the tone of my hair. It's very like a honey, pretty blonde. But I know in about 2 weeks, I'll probably want to start using dog hair, a purple shampoo, and they have one by Aveda called Blue Malva, even though it's purple. It's not blue, it's purple. But my stylist said that you can use the shampoo and the conditioner, but she said that the conditioner in those purple shampoos and conditioner lines is what really deposits more color. So she said if you want to use those, you can always use your regular shampoo, but to really splurge on a good purple conditioner. So, or not splurge, but just to get a purple conditioner. So I'm actually going to just purchase the conditioner, and they didn't have it in stock. So she's gonna call me, I'm gonna go pick it up sometime this week or next week, and then I'll start using that, maybe like once a week, I don't know. But I wanna show you how I've been styling it. So when you have shorter hair, I've always found it is a lot more difficult to curl shorter hair. So a lot of times I always said that like longer hair was easier in some ways, and it is, but I do love this length on me. I'm not trying to grow it out. I like it like it is. I really don't want it any shorter or really any longer right now. I just am really enjoying it. The general rule most people say is to go with a larger curling iron when your hair is shorter. For me, I find that with a larger curling iron, sometimes with these shorter pieces, you don't even get a full curl. You know what I mean? So I kind of use one in between. I have one that's a little larger that I use sometimes. Let me get it. It's like this, and these are both by Hot Tools. I find these are just perfect. They're wonderful, wonderful curling irons, and they have lasted me for years and years. So I don't really feel the need to like get any different ones. But this one I have used, it's good. I use it sometimes, but it's a very like, it's a more subtle wavy effect, and then my hair at the end of the day isn't gonna look curl. It's just gonna look like it's straight with just, this isn't gonna really give you like curls. I'm like afraid to touch it even though this is the cold one because I've got this one. Isn't that weird? Is that weird? Hair curling irons scare me. I'm always afraid I'm gonna get burned. That's why I cannot use a wand. I am just no good with a wand. If you want to see someone that is good with a wand, I'm sure there's hundreds of people on YouTube, but I did watch a video, oh my gosh, months back. I don't know if it was a new video or an old video of hers by Nicole Guerrero. I came across it when I was looking at videos on wands because I was, like, okay, Tiffany, maybe you should do that. And she's just like, do, 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 do. So if you want to see someone that's good at that, go to hers. And she's got a, at the time she had a, does she not? I don't know. But I don't know how old the video was. I don't know what it was. But it was by her, and she had short hair, and she was using a curling wand, and she was really good at it. And the whole time I was like on the edge of my seat, like, don't get burned, don't get burned. So it was really funny. But so go check that out. I am not a curling wand person. I can't. So for me, it's just easier to do this. I'm enjoying using one that's kind of, I have one that's even smaller than this that I used to use all the time when my hair was really long. I would say this is maybe 1.25 inches. get exacts and I will put it below. I'll measure it and I will link to this exact one below. I don't turn it up all the way. I turn it up maybe 3/4 of the way. You may think that's too high for my hair being fine, but that's what I've always done, and then I don't have to leave it on very long. If I do it at a lower heat, then I have to I find that I just have to leave it on a really long time. Okay, so I just pin it up. You guys, this is not even anything any different than what I used to do. Literally, it's like the same technique. There is something different. There is something a little different. So I take my Paul Mitchell hot off the press, which is like the best stuff ever. I start from the back and I leave out, can you see that much that I left out? I clip it right in the middle of the hair and then I leave out a little bit at the bottom. And that's the difference. And then I kind of wind it all the way up as close as I can to the roots. And then, it's probably too long. See, because I'm like talking and I'm showing you. I'll do this one for real, like how long I would. So when you leave out that little bit of the bottom, it keeps the curl from shrinking up, although that one looks pretty short. It gives you a little bit of length at the bottom still, and it keeps your curl from looking so like Shirley Temple, and it makes it look a little, you know, a little more of like a wave, a little edgier because it's got that straight end, and it gives it more length. So it's my best little tip for doing this. So as you go, just, you know, I'm not super careful. I just make sure that I get all the pieces. This is the first time I've curled it since my hair is lighter. I always love the way, even when I went to the salon, she didn't curl it. I told her, you know, I didn't want it curled that day. They gave me such a good like blowout that I didn't want to. I would have wanted it curled anyways. So I don't get it like super wet with this. I just do it pretty lightly, and since it's an aerosol, it dries pretty quickly. It's not like a really soaking wet like spray. That's what I like about that. So I got that going. I find that when I have blonde hair or lighter hair, I remember when I had really blonde hair, it would hold curl like so well. It's because when you have blonder hair or lighter hair, not that it's drier, but like my hairstylist was, to me it is, you know, it's like a little drier, but it just, I don't know, it just holds curl better because I think it's like the cuticle's a little more roughed up. So, see, now I have a straight piece there. You just kind of have to, I literally leave that in straight, but you see I'm just being messy with it. It's like, who cares? And the other side, it's like this first side, it's already relaxed quite a bit. So, don't let the fact that I'm using a smaller curling iron scare you. It just is kind of just whatever. Okay, so then I just separate this and see, I don't even have like a part going. I'm just super messy when I do this. And you just keep going. And I meant to mention too, I don't go like, sometimes I alternate, sometimes I don't. I find that I really do not notice a difference when I do at all. So a lot of times I just go through all one direction because it's easy. You can see I left out a little bit of things or ends. The only thing I can think of like with a curling wand is it does give you a bit of a different look, I think, because it can give your roots a little more like, you know, but I think you can get pretty close with a curling iron too. I mean, you're clamping it with a curling iron. With the wand, you're not having to do that. So it's not like flattening out your hair as much. It may give you a little more, but again, I think that you can pretty much make it look like anything that you want. So I love the way color kind of comes out and looks so pretty when you curl it. But like I said, I love that when it's straight, it has that soft sort of like melted, kind of like painted on pretty look. And she did like a balayage technique, like she painted on the highlights. She didn't just do like foils and just kind of messily do it and then put it all up and then you're left with like lines. I guess what I would call like what it looks like is it's more like a melted hair color type thing. It's not like ombre where it's like a line or like even a soft line and it's dark, and then because I've got like pieces that kind of go up higher than others, there's like a lot of variation, but to get there you use a balayage technique. So It's funny, like you can't, sometimes I see people say like, oh, it's not an ombre, it's a balayage or something. And it's like, you can do ombre hair color with a balayage technique, or you could do a melted hair color with a balayage technique. You know what I mean? It's more like a technique, it's not a style. So that's what this looks like so far. And then I'm gonna do the other side. And this side's always really thin because I always have my hair kind of flipped over. The key here is to let it set. After you get all the pieces done, you want to let it set for a minute to cool. Did I unplugged it? Just to kind of cool. Like I said, this is not super groundbreaking. I'm not like sharing some huge different technique with you guys. It's basically how I always curl my hair and spray it. But it's, I felt like it wasn't going on there. Gosh, it still didn't go on there. I'm like totally missing. I just wanted to turn it on and just show you kind of how I've been doing my hair, because a lot of you guys have been asking. And a lot of times I think, wow, you know, it's always just the same kind of curling technique. And I kind of got tripped up when I was doing some different things. I tried curling it with a flat iron. I tried using my curling wand. Like I said, I'm just no good. The day that you guys gave me so many comments on my hair and said that you liked it a few weeks ago, I was doing this. So you can kind of, I think with this technique, it can be a lot of different things. Like you see how you can kind of make it more relaxed. You can comb it out and it can look a little more wavy, or you can really try to like keep your curls intact and you could keep it more curly. So I don't want to ruin it for the sake of the video, so I will kind of pause and come back in about 5 minutes. What I would usually do during this time is like finish my makeup or do something else. What I will do during this time while it cools is I'll share with you guys what I'm wearing. So I have this sitting out, so I'll just kind of show you, but I'm wearing the Your Love is King blush, which is the darkest one from this Too Faced, the Love Flush blushes, but I really love that one. That one's so good, and they come separately too, but this is such a good palette, such a good blush palette. It's literally like every color that you would need. I've been loving those and the Burberry Cheek Pop blushes, so that's like all I've been using. I do have a new lip color. It's the Anastasia Pure Hollywood, and it's the first time that I've tried these, the liquid lipsticks by Anastasia. And these are pretty popular as far as liquid lipsticks go. You guys know I've loved the Kat Von D ones, but sometimes with liquid lipsticks, it can be really hard to find good colors that work for you. I almost burned myself. Because they're very pigmented and it's like paint, you know, so if it's too nude it can look a little meh. If it's too bright or too brown or too pink or too tan or too peach, it can be a little tough to get it just right. And this is the most perfect nude one that I found because it's still a little dark. You can still see that it defines your lips. The Namaste by Tarte, probably my second favorite nude, and I like this one better only because the Tarte, the Namaste, it's perfect. I'm still gonna use it. I'll probably reach for it just the same amount. I'll definitely still reach for it a lot, but it has more of a peachy tone to it. It can go a little more peach, which is perfect and fine. But this one I think has just a little more depth to it. So really nice, and I would compare this the most to the Kat Von D, whereas it's very like it sets and it gives you that matte look, but it doesn't dry your lips out. So love that, and they have these at Sephora now, so I was so excited about that. I'm wearing my Herborian BB cream because I told you guys that I caught it when it was back in stock like 2 weeks ago. I placed an order for 2 of them plus a couple of other things, and I noticed it never came. So I looked, and in my email that morning, this was literally like 5 days later, Sephora had sent me an email saying thank you for your order, and I knew I hadn't placed an order in, you know, since this, and it was for the other 2 things in my order, but they had removed this, both of them, and one more thing that was still in stock, and I was like, okay. So they placed a new order and removed these, and so they had placed a new order, I guess, for the things that were in stock, although one of the things that they removed was still in stock. I looked back and they canceled the order, but then after I placed the order that day, they had sent me the email saying it was in stock. So and I can see that other people are buying them. I'm just not sure what's happening there. I sent an email to customer service and they haven't said anything. So I'm upset. I was so excited about hoarding this up because you really can't get it anywhere else. So I'm stocking it out again. And when it comes back, I'm gonna order 17 of them. And if they cancel my order again, no, I'm kidding. I don't know, maybe I'll just get one. Maybe I'll just order one. Maybe they canceled my order because I was like getting greedy and ordering 2. So I'm upset about that. So now I'm like trying to really conserve this. I am wearing false lashes. It's the Ardell. I don't even know because I didn't have the case. I've just been kind of leaving them out, I know. But, what else? Oh, and then I use my Bobbi, oh my gosh, y'all, I've been loving this so much. It's the one that I showed in my Valentine's Day video. It's the Everything Eyes special palette, the limited edition one that you can only get at Nordstrom. And like, oh, love every color, but this color is amazing. That's what I'm wearing today, just all over my lid and nothing else. Oh, actually, no, I lied. I have a little bit of this brown, like right here. It's good stuff. This is actually like one of the best palettes ever, I think. So I think we've waited long enough. Like I said, you know, do your makeup. I don't know, chit chat endlessly about random stuff. Kind of let it cool, kind of the same as essentially is like using a cool shot button on your blow dryer, which you could also do, but I wouldn't really want to like blow it around. It just kind of locks in the style if you make sure that, you know, you've really let everything cool. Any heat protected, anything that you've used has kind of dried. I don't spray it at this point. I wait till the very end. If you wanted like kind of chunkier, you know, kind of beachier waves, then I would separate it with my fingers and I would spray in a product like this. This is the Living Proof Style Lab Instant Texture Mist. Love this stuff. It is magic in a bottle. It is so, so freaking good. Just make sure that your little nozzle is always clear and so that it sprays out really nice and it doesn't just like hit you with like a couple, you know what I mean? When you have a product like this that's really sticky and really, you've got to make sure that that nozzle is always good. So sometimes I'll just run it under the hot water and just make sure that it's like coming out really nice. And then you can spray it and you can kind of scrunch it up. It looks really pretty, gives you a ton of volume. If you want it to look a little softer, then I'll do this and then I'll go back and do that because I can't really do this after, because I want to kind of show you both. So I would take a brush, and this one's, every time I show a brush on here, it's always so dirty. It's the Dry Bar brush. I don't know, it doesn't have a name on it. So I lost my paddle brush, no clue where it's at. So I just lightly brush it, and I know you probably like are cringing like, no. But if I brush my hair, you see how soft it looks? It just ends up looking so much softer. And if you let it sit like that, it'll cool. And then it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of like fluffs back up. So I like to do this because I think my curls last longer when they're softer. They're not like being weighed down. And then spray it. And you've got, you know, and you can kind of see that there's a little bit of like straightness on the ends. God, this video is so long. But if you did want to do the other thing, you could take this, you could spray it in, you could scrunch it, and you'd have more like of a wavy look. You could even like kind of alternate your curling right here. If you wanted it to look a little different, you could kind of take pieces and kind of twist them back and then spray them. And you can kind of get different looks. So I like to just kind of keep it, you know, easy and whatever. So best hairspray, it's the Tresemme. Love it so much. So do this only after you're completely done and you're not going to be running your fingers through it. For me, if I spray my hair and then I run my fingers through it, it just kind of destroys everything. So this is more of like a curled, you know, kind of easy look. A lot of volume, really pretty. Really, really like this, and it will last a very, very long time. So hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I just wanted to kind of chit chat with you guys and kind of just share with you guys all about, you know, hair stuff, because I get so many questions about either the cut or the style. Especially now, I'm sure, you know, if you have color questions, I just hope that that helped. I find that when you, don't ask people what their exact color formula is, because that formula will look totally different on your hair. Everyone's hair takes it a little differently. So my biggest thing is bring in a photo to your hairstylist, and then they'll know what to do to get it to be that color. They should know like the colors to do to get to that point. So I can already tell a huge difference now that my hair is blonde again, just in how it took the curl and in how like it's, you see like how volumized it is. It would not have done that if it were before natural, so that's cool. I'm excited. So I'm really excited about it. You always, once you're blonde, you always kind of end up, I always kind of end up going back. I've been blonde a lot in my life, and then I've gone dark again, and then I always go back blonde. So, you know, it's happened again, so it must be true. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to spend with me to watch these videos, for all the support, for all of the lovely comments. I really, really appreciate you guys so much. And I hope that this was fun and maybe helpful if you were curious about hair or you were thinking about doing something similar. I really love mine. So hopefully the curling technique wasn't too intimidating or anything. It's just very simple. But, you know, I just love these products. I love the curling iron that I use. I just think it's super easy. So yeah, I'll link to all the products that I use below if that helps you guys out, if you're looking for anything specific. And yeah, what else? Nothing, I guess. I've gone on way too long. So thanks again for watching, guys. Love you so much. Bye.